How dramatic. Good evening, folks, and welcome to Alien Addict on this fine and slippery evening, because it's going to be slippery because we're going to see some alien, or we're going to see a alien being operated on. So if there's anybody squeamish that can't watch YouTube, it's a fake alien. Yeah, you've got real autopsies on the platform, real ones. This is a fake one. So we're going to play the fake alien autopsy at some point, but we're going to discuss it. So without further ado, Lee, my lad, your greatness, how are you doing? Have you frozen?
No, I haven't. How you doing? I'm good. Good, if not slightly tired.
All the better. It's been a long time coming. Dave. Are you okay, Dave?
No, but I'm here.
You are here. Brilliant. Hidden.
Hello.
How you doing, matey?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. How's everybody?
Are you ready to see an alien get chopped up?
Oh, I'd love to. I've got my burritos ready. It's not the burrito alien, is it?
No, it's not the burrito. It's not as good as that. Richie!
What's up, ladies?
How you doing? I can't believe I forgot to send you the link.
I know, it's really didn't want me here, but I'm here.
No, I didn't.
I'm here. Ooh.
Wait,
Isn't that cool?
That's cool.
Thanks for having me. Good to see you. Hitting Underbelly 2.0, BlackStar Paranormal, and Lee.
Much love.
Hardly. Barely.
Hourly.
Cuddly.
I am
like
that.
Stubbly. No, that's not.
So
bikini area.
No, you keep going, Rich. You keep going. We'll have half an hour of this. Come on, bit more Lees.
All right. Haphazardly. Cowardly. Broadly.
That sounds like fat again.
No.
You can do a lot with Lee.
No, that's not nice. You're not fat.
You could do a lot with Lee, can't you?
I have.
Yes, you could. But you're not going to.
No, he's a guy.
Anyway,
without full payment in cash, anyway.
No, yeah, well, realistically, given the fact that I'm here to talk about a fake alien getting cut up, I'll do anything for money. So, yeah, here we are.
I know a couple of people that might like you.
You know how
I've got a couple of hands.
Lee, you know, I told you my wife loses all my stuff.
How have we got from I've got a couple of hands that could friends that could use you to me saying I've got a couple of hands to you saying my wife uses all my stuff?
That's
loses because I'll show you. Look, right, this that I wanted to bring onto the show tonight, even though it's always next to my desk. The issue that I bought in October of 1995 was missing.
Reeking
it
of
was
Fanny.
missing.
What?
She was cleaning.
Missing. And how
she cleaned up?
Yes.
Why do they do that?
I don't know. Anyway, boys.
Yeah.
If what?
No. Bad marriage advice.
I don't. Yeah, it is what it is.
I was just going to say, if you leave everything where it is, you don't have to clean it up. Good.
Exactly. That's what they should have done with the autopsy. Just left it where it was. Then the answers would have been there.
The answers are there. I just listened to the guy talk about everything.
Okay. Yeah. So, as I think everybody here has.
Oh, good.
I sent the link to these boys. It's the alien autopsy, I would say, is one of the things that got me into this. Even though, so whether it's fake or not, I tend to be on the side of yes, it is fake. It got me into this seat, so to speak. It got me interested. It made my nipples hard. Did that alien? I don't know if the alien had nipples. No, it didn't.
That's
But
what
yeah.
made it a tough wank.
Kinky.
So I'm gonna Lee, I know we've gone back and forth with it, but when you first saw the Alien Autopsy, what did you think to it?
I was fucking a child. I mean, I still thought Father Christmas was real, probably. But yeah, no. I mean, I thought, like, I remember seeing it on the front of like British newspapers, and I thought that was the Roswell alien from the crashes. That's what I thought.
Yeah, how old were you then?
I can't remember. I was young. Like, 'cause I remember
Just minus 30 years. That's what you were.
Oh,
You were 6.
Yeah. No, I was 10. But
Yeah, I was 15.
Lee, you're 40. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You look younger. Okay.
Fresh-faced.
You should see me when I shave the beard.
I have. I've seen everything shaved. That gush.
Look, I don't mind that OnlyFans is there for a reason. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was really obvious. It was slap bang right in the middle of the X-Files hype as well, wasn't it? So
Yeah.
you know, I was there for it.
Yeah. Dave, what about you? How old were you when you first watched it?
40.
Okay. So you watched it quite recently.
Yeah.
So you saw this when I showed you it.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool, though. That's a great perspective, though.
It is.
I like to see what people think after, they just saw it now compared to when we saw it.
That was like a couple of weeks ago.
That's unreal.
Yeah.
It's been hooked ever since.
Cool. That
Not so
shows
much.
you how many people may not have actually seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't
just take it
follow
for granted.
UFO stuff. I just never really
You
have.
just take it for granted. It's modern folklore now, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
What about you? I'm going to come to you last, Rich. What about you, Hidden? Did you see it when it first came out?
No, I didn't. I saw it again.
Last week.
As I'm going to say with BlackStar, I saw it with you. You showed me it.
Oh my God, you kidding
Because
me?
I thought it was the other one.
Skinny Bob?
Not Skinny Bob. There was an Area 51 one, wasn't there?
The
Roswell?
interview.
Was there a Roswell in autopsy or something?
There was. You're right.
That's the one I thought it was, and like when Ollie was telling me about it, and I was like, no, I don't recall this one. And then you remember we had to go somewhere and find it.
Yeah, we went to Rumble to find it because we couldn't find it anywhere on YouTube. So quite possibly people watching this tonight may have never seen it, which is going to be interesting. It is fair use, people, because we are doing commentary over it, and it's a kind of a debate, analysis, whatever you want to call it. And Rich, so you didn't see it last week, did you?
I saw it when it first came out. I was
You've had a
29.
haircut.
No, my hair is just matted down. Well, I did cut it. Yeah, I cut it all a few weeks ago. And
You saw it when you were 29.
I was 29 when it came out. So that makes me 75. And yeah, I remember thinking, how are we going to prove it's fake is what I kept saying. And to me, it looked good, but I remember exactly how I felt when I watched it. I was excited for it. Soon as I saw it, I said, no. I don't know why. But, back then I wasn't into UFOs like I am now. I sure as hell loved UFOs. And we had the Phoenix Lights that year. So it was a pretty good year for what was it, 97 that came out or 95?
1995.
Oh, well, then we had the Phoenix Lights 2 years later. So, yeah, it really, like Lee said, it kind of pushed me a little deeper into the subject. But then I got right back out of it because, like always, everything dies down, the hype goes away. And then 10 years later, the guy says he faked it all. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight, I guess. But I felt like it was fake from the beginning.
You did.
Too good to be true. They wouldn't show this. It blurred. The way it was blurry at the most important times was stupid. Yeah, if you're going to record aliens, you're going to use the best cameras. They're going to use color. And they did have color film back then. They just faked it. So they went with black and white because it, didn't show as much, I guess, as gruesome. As
Yeah,
he
but
said.
I mean, so you think
Allegedly.
So you think if they were going to film a real alien, let's just say the whole Roswell thing happened, and they did an autopsy on an alien, and there is footage out there, you think that would be filmed in color?
It would be. Yeah.
I'll put this in a private chat if you need this later, Ollie. I've just found someone a year ago did a colorized version of this.
Oh, brilliant!
Video
Yeah, we'll
with
have a look
AI.
at that.
Oh, really?
And it looks fake as fuck when you
Oh,
colorize it.
That's maybe why.
Yeah.
We'll definitely play that. And
Hey, Ollie, I just listened to that interview with Luke's, that great interview they did.
Yeah.
I don't remember him saying why they shot it in black and white. Do you remember that? Why they did it that way?
No, well, he said in the interview, didn't he, that they wanted to use like authentic film for
Yeah.
the time. See, like him personally, like listening to that interview, I find him very strange.
Spirits.
Really?
Yeah. Like there was something the way he was speaking that didn't sit right with me. I don't think he was really asked enough questions. I think he essentially told a story. That's why I think he was so comfortable with doing it. There was definitely some questions I'd have liked to ask him.
Excellent, because I thought he sounded great. I thought he sounded legit, honest, and wow. Good.
Yeah, I suppose we'll talk about him later on.
Yeah. I'm interested to hear why. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I talked over you. I'm so rude.
No,
Attention, narcissist.
No, fine.
Me.
It's good. It's fine.
Is this color version, Lee? Is it actually? Is it the full autopsy? Is it just
20 minutes 44? Yeah, it must be.
Oh yeah, it is. So yeah, you can play it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know whether it's done some sort of AI upscale to it as well, because it seems it seems more detailed.
Couldn't we play both?
I'm going to bring it up now just to so you can see the see it in color.
Why don't you play both later on? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll present this now. Why not? I'm not going to show the autopsy yet.
Hey guys, what if I told you there's a place like StreamYard, not to change the subject, for only $17? Would you switch?
I would try it out, definitely.
Instead of paying $52 a month?
I already paid for a whole year.
Next year? Wow, she's beautiful. It's a $6 million man.
We shouldn't assume her identity. We don't know what her gender is.
Let's just call her Alice.
Looks like a Tom.
Tom.
I'm very progressive.
With a vagine?
Yeah. What is a woman?
Well, nowadays, yeah, but...
Yeah.
I mean, I know, I see what you mean, Lee. It does, it kind of takes that authentic look off it.
Everything about this is so... This isn't color, is it? It looks like it's colorized.
One, yeah.
Oh, I think it looks good. I like it.
Do you think it looks more real in color?
Yeah, I think it looks more real.
I think it looks more like a dummy.
Yeah, well, it's always... Because it is.
Yeah.
No, I know. It does. It's got, especially around the hip area, stomach, the bowels. And then
go on, Rich. Then they went what?
Well, I was just saying when they were pulling out the guts. I mean, the stuff they tried to... Well, because it's alien, it won't look like our organs, but it really was chopped meat. And, right? Wasn't it?
Well, they
shits and assholes, right?
Yeah, I think they used animal organs, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that's weird because like what they pull out doesn't really look like organs. You know, I mean, even like if you see like a human liver and a cow's liver, like they're very different, but you can see the two livers.
Yeah. And when they did pull stuff out, it didn't look like it had any connectors. It's just like they put a piece of meat in there. Here's a fillet of fish, and
Well, I'll tell you
Whatever.
what, without further ado, because there's no sound on it anyway, so we can talk over the footage. I'm just going to bring it up on screen now for us.
But Ollie, Alien Addict, you had wanted us on here.
Yeah,
to
just discuss it, because this is, like I say, this is something that I've always been excited about. Even though I know, I would say I'm like 98% sure that it's probably a hoax, and I would say I'm 90%.
Why would you think 2% it might not be? Tell me that.
Because nothing's like, where's this? This is the thing, right? If we talk about the guy that filmed it,
Yeah,
they did that interview, obviously, where he talked about how there was teams. He had a team he put together to do it. Where's the rest of the team? That helped shoot it. Where's their interviews?
Those questions weren't asked.
Yeah.
The thing that I think was interesting was exactly along Lee's line is when you listen to him talk, Spiros, he talked about how his girlfriend at the time did all the research about who would be the head of the medical facility, what things would look like, what you would need for an autopsy, how the cuts were done, the tools that would be needed. She did all that. She did, like everybody else did all the work.
Right.
And no one's ever said anything.
And not only
she did that, she's the greatest production design person anywhere, and she needs
Brilliant.
to win the biggest movies.
Not only did the way he was talking about, everyone did all the work essentially, apart from the shooting of it. He would proceed to do that and then proceed to take credit for absolutely everything to do with it, which I found very strange.
No, that was because if this is real, which they were trying to say, you're saving those people from ridicule or being attacked or anything.
No, but just the way he would talk about his role in this thing, even down to the I'm jumping the shark a little bit because this was towards the end of the interview, even down to when the creator of the dummy was signed on to make the dummy for the Anton Deck film. He said that he ran me up to discuss it with me. Well, really, it was to ask permission for me to do it, and I said that he could do it as long as he didn't use my IP, like he didn't use the black lenses in the eyes, and he didn't make it look real. And he said, because this is my intellectual property. And you're like, motherfucker, you're talking to the guy that made the dummy. But that was a really weird thing. So weird. He's claiming intellectual property on another artist's work.
Yeah, it just makes him an asshole.
Well, I don't know the legalities of it all, to be honest, why they're speaking this language. But the only thing I know is they couldn't keep the body around because those pieces of meat and things they used were going bad. It was very thin plastic that would probably rip and decay. It smelled. They chopped it up into many pieces, put it in bags, and threw it out in many different garbage cans along.
That's what he said. Yeah. I mean, and again, we take everything at what he says.
Like, yeah, I know.
No, he said.
Yeah, exactly. And we don't know what's the truth.
But there's another conflicting part of his story as well, where like he said the whole idea that because I mean, let's face it, between him and Santilli, you have got two like particularly shaky seeming characters in my eyes.
Why?
Well, take the story about like his idea of what was supposed to happen. He was shown a fake alien autopsy that looked awful, so he said he could make a better one.
Right.
So the whole idea of him making a better one was that they were going to release it to the public to show everybody how gullible they were and how everybody should take things with a pinch of salt.
True.
And essentially, what he was doing is, I want to show everybody that I'm dead clever and I can make you all look stupid.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with this.
Hang on. No. Hang on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were done. All right.
And then he said, after it comes out, we're going to leave it. Then we're going to go and then we're going to come out and say, look, we did this, and this is how we did it. If he was going to do that, if that's the original plan, was to make this autopsy and then come out and say, no, it's fake. You shouldn't be so trusting of what you read when it comes to UFOs and aliens and stuff. then why would he ban filming on the set? Why would he ban any evidence of them creating this? Because if you were making this as a document to put out, you would document what you were doing.
Yes and no. Because people like to get stuff out to the public before it goes public, and you can't trust anybody. So no filming saves everything.
But see, the thing is, though, if you put something like this out, you need to debunk yourself. You need evidence that you faked it.
I hear you. Yeah, but that's true too. But I don't think they thought it through as smart. It's easy to say it afterwards, but you're right.
Can you imagine how much that would sell for? The documentary of how we made it.
They made a mistake.
Filmmakers, filmmakers as well. My guitarist is a professional filmmaker. That motherfucker photographs everything.
Yeah.
Whenever it doesn't matter whether he's making a music video for a band or whether he's doing like a short film, he documents everything he's doing because he wants that there in case he needs to use it for another time.
But I will say this: Spiros did say he under no circumstances did he want any cameras on the set because he didn't want any of this leaking.
But that's what I mean. That doesn't make sense.
Yes, it does. Everybody does that when they make movies. You have an NDA. You can't talk about the movie to your friends, family, or anything if it gets out.
Oh yeah. You can have NDAs, but
so that's
even big Hollywood blockbusters that are under the strictest of NDAs, they still have companies doing the filming, so they can make a documentary about filming the film.
You're talking high dollar, multi-million-dollar company. This is one guy who's got funded to make something better than somebody else could.
So where's the extra stuff?
He thought that the evidence would be good enough. It looks so stupid. Who would believe it's real? Probably.
So where's the outtakes then?
You're thinking too far into this. It's not that clever.
There is no chance. That there wasn't extra stuff.
Sure, there is.
There's not.
Oh, I know two filmmakers who use very little extra stuff, even though there is extra stuff, very little. But you're looking at a guy who faked something and probably didn't want record of it. Who knows, man? So what's your angle on that then? What's so suspicious about it?
I don't know. I just find it weird. I think if you're going to come out and say, this is how we do it, you're going to want to come out with something to say, this is how we do it. You're going to want receipts.
You mean to tell me there's no paper trail of anything?
Well, this is the really weird thing because
there's not actually.
Wow, then that is suspect a little bit, but
you can't buy.
You know what's really suspect? Who are these two people?
Engine deck.
Who are these two people?
I believe one of them's John Humphries, the artist. He's the one doing the cuts.
Who's the other person? Because they could live their whole life on the UFO circuit.
Right.
Signing autographs, making money. This isn't detrimental to someone's life. It's been out this long. Where are they?
The other interesting thing as well was he kept saying about how it was filmed like a surgeon and not a doctor. So they performed the autopsy like a surgeon, whereas
they had to do it twice, didn't they, Lee?
Yeah,
twice.
Yeah. But this is the weird thing. So what? Are we now taking that one of these people? So not only have we had like a world class, because I mean, realistically, when you look at stuff that was done in the 90s, like special effects wise, it looks awful now, and this still holds up to an extent. So you've had somebody that's good enough to make a dummy that's held up like this, and also someone that can come along and do the autopsy that has done it to a good enough standard that medical people that have seen this, like documentaries and stuff like that, believed it was another physician doing the autopsy. That's also weird.
Wasn't it though?
No,
I thought they got somebody to cut it up that knew where all the muscles and arteries were. So it would look professional. Yeah, that's what I heard.
But that was wasn't that him explaining that because the guy was a classically trained sculptor,
so he'd know where
he understood. He understood anatomy.
Got it. Yeah, that's right.
That bit makes sense.
That's fine. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. So, but on top of that, then he would have to be a world-class actor.
And also, when a surgeon makes an incision, it's usually on a person that's alive, and they try not to scar the person. So they do have certain skills and certain instruments to use for that. And I'm wondering if that was applied here, and I think it was.
I found it
So-
weird. I couldn't buy his book.
What was it?
That I couldn't.
yeah,
I found.
his
I
book.
tried to buy his book and I couldn't find his book anywhere.
See, Lee
There's-
tried to
there's-
support him.
There's one copy. There's one
Interesting.
copy on Amazon which is £80. His book has one review,
What?
and I couldn't find anything of him pre 1995. Everything I could find of this guy came
Serious?
out. Yeah, came out when this came out, and that included me spending fucking hours trying to search his name with different bands and musicians of that time because he said he made music videos at
Right.
first, and then the
Shakespeare's
other,
sister, was it?
then I couldn't find out what his age was anywhere either. So I don't actually know where his birth age is. But where he was asked, it wasn't Sinead O'Connor, was it? It was who's the woman that sung Wuthering Heights?
It was Shakespeare's
No,
sister.
no,
Kate
no,
Bush.
no.
Kate Bush.
Yeah. In that
Right.
interview, the interviewer asked him if he'd ever met Kate Bush, to which he replied, "I met her when she wasn't famous, when she was very young." And I was looking at him thinking, "But I think you're younger than Kate Bush. So how does that work?" And if he's not younger than Kate Bush, he's the same age. So why all of a sudden was he connected enough to be around Kate Bush? But that I found strange. That could
Time travel.
yeah.
Sorry.
But it was just another thing that I found strange.
He
and
also
I
said he was
couldn't-
a psychologist.
He did say he was a psychologist.
And UK
And a
does not have
and a
him
magician.
licensed or registered. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now the magician thing, he's a part of different magician groups and businesses online, but they're all him and his sister founded by other people who are part of their other things using addresses that aren't real.
He did do his talk, like the speaking tour he does, talking about the autopsy. He did do his talk to the Magic Circle. That was the first one he did, I think. But I just found it weird. I couldn't find the stuff from that interview. Was only a year old as well, so I found it even more bizarre that I couldn't buy his book anywhere.
I think that interview came out just before the book was about to release.
Yeah. So so if that was a year ago, I should definitely be able to buy a copy of that book somewhere. I even searched eBay. I even searched eBay to try and find a secondhand copy of it.
The reason this looks so timeless is because he purposely did that. He wanted it to be timeless. He said he didn't want it to look like he said, when you look at Lost in Space, the TV show, you got a robot and it looks goofy with these clamps, his hands, and then we progressed, and he didn't want that. He didn't want something to look like the times it was made in. He did that. He wanted it to look like it was from the 40s, but that body could. He doesn't want it to look like it's a futuristic body or anything, like it's wearing suits that look like they were from the 60s or have anything that looked like it was from the 40s.
But there was another lie involved in that interview, though.
Oh yeah,
because he said that, and he kept referring to this, that he wanted it would fool people because people said it couldn't have been faked in the 40s. And he kept saying that. He kept saying that people thought it was real because the techniques they were using couldn't have been used in the time of the Roswell crash. Nobody, when this came out, nobody that was calling fake thought it had been faked in the 40s.
Lee, that is and thank you so much for the super chat, Jennifer. But that is a good point, because even Spiros said that if you look in this video, there are no weighing scales for the organs, and that is usually the case. I've watched a few autopsies. It's not my thing, but leading up to this, I have watched them, and they do weigh the stuff that's coming out
all the time.
And there is no over the lamp as well, the bright lamp that.
I'd be interested to know people that do like postmortems on people.
Look at this.
Look, I'm not saying this is real. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm not 100% on board with Spirios. He makes me curious.
Well, I don't know. I don't have any reason to not believe him because this is fake. And let me ask you guys, everybody, this question. Do you think our American government or any government would allow an alien to be shown on TV? No way.
Yes.
No way.
Yes.
No way. They never
Yes.
have. It's never happened.
I'm not saying that you didn't say whether they had or they hadn't. You weren't asking a direct point for a counterpoint. You were asking would I believe something like this.
Yeah.
I said yes to that.
Yeah.
I said yes to that because the United States government has given away classified defense secrets on national television as part of a commercial for Las Vegas.
But
They
not
have
on
done
aliens.
this. On something more critical and important was the security measures taken to transport our weapons grade plutonium.
Oh,
and
wow.
physics packages for weapons. Yeah. So will they do stupid shit? Absolutely, because a PR guy will act on his own without getting clearance from anyone.
Got it. Yeah, that could happen. You're right.
And then once it's out there, they do we retract it? No, we just say they didn't know what they were talking about. When it was absolutely 100% true.
I mean, as a fake though, going back to like what these people have done after, these people should be working for, you know,
well,
what's his name? What's his name? The Avatar guy,
James
and
Cameron,
all. Yeah.
He did a documentary. The biggest thing he's done since this was a documentary about
this.
No, yeah, documentary about this. No,
serious.
No, he's
2006. Yeah,
no, hidden. You're right. It did blink. I'm pretty sure the thing blinked.
Oh, thank you. I thought I saw it just blink.
Where?
Watch.
A shadow.
Yeah,
no, watch.
It might be. It might be.
What?
Oh,
No,
yeah, it did.
What?
Those eyes blinked.
No, play it again. Play it again. I'll tell you what it looked like.
It blinked.
It looked like a ripple in the film. That made it look like
maybe.
Watch it again.
Go back, Ollie.
Oh,
it has. It's coming up.
Give me some chills, that though.
I know. Let's see.
See if I can watch the bowl. Yeah, it's a distortion in the film. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it does look like a blink.
You can see it. You can see it out on both sides.
Yeah,
I was like, I didn't notice that.
That's why I blurted it out.
That'd be so cool. That'd be weird if a little alien was inside there, pulling levers and shit.
Just like on Men in Black.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be awesome.
So you guys know that I sculpt a little bit and stuff like that, but the fact that there's so many intricate layers to this thing,
Sheesh.
it's just amazing.
It's a good job.
Good job.
I'm not going to say
it's a shame. Yeah, that's not even a real cadaver. It's actually fake, the whole thing, right?
Allegedly.
Or is it?
Well, let's say it is. I mean, it looks like it would be a woman, right? But I know it's out of plastic. What did they make it? I don't get it. I don't know. Did they put it in a mold and make it that way?
Apparently it was hand sculpted.
This whole thing was hand sculpted, huh? How?
No, they did mold it.
Did they? I thought he was talking about in the interview. The Humphries guy sculpted
it. From what I gathered, it's towards the end of the interview.
And then make a latex cast.
His 10-year-old boy was molded, and then he then went on to, this was John Humphries' little boy.
For real?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a picture in his book where he's holding up a picture, and that you can see his little boy smiling. And he's in this like full on got plaster of Paris all around.
This is amazing.
Yes, found it.
So they went through a lot of stuff to make this.
Yeah, they did.
Wow.
Right, would you just pause that, Ali? I've got something to share. Now, John Humphries was a The reason he got into this and the reason he knew Spirios is because they both worked for the BBC, because he designed the aliens and monsters for Doctor Who in the 70s. Yeah. This is the crown and creation that Spirios was talking about in that interview. That is the man's. That is the one that Spirios referred to as brilliant special effects work. And I stress, he said, brilliant special effects work. And this is with money and time put in the BBC back then, when Doctor Who was probably just about the most important IP the BBC had to offer. I question whether the person that came up with the dick dwarf there, I question whether he could have made something, a latex model that not only that just sat there like that would have to be autopsied as well. I question whether he would be able to do something that would essentially fool the entire world and then still have it where it looks good enough that people can still be talking about it 20 odd years later.
Well, you know, he did the one for the Ant and Dec movie.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah,
that one.
Which, again, and now Spirios says that looks like shit because he ordered it to look like shit.
He said it needed to look like bubblegum.
And that's weird. That's I don't believe he's been contracted to do like a Hollywood production, and could you imagine if the Hollywood film company came in to see the guy that made the dummy, said, "Hang on a second, this doesn't look like the one that you did for the Alien Autopsy," and he says, "Oh, well, I've got my mate Spirios," and they say, "Well, that's a weird name." He said, "No, but Spirios said like I can't make it the same because like it'll upset him if it looks as good as the one we did." Can you imagine what they would say to him after paying him to make something?
I'm sure there are lawyers back down immediately. They don't want.
I do have that clip from. I'm sure I will put the full interview in the description below. Jessica. Fantastic interview. I'll pop it in the
look. This what I should say as well. That it's my curiosity towards Spirios isn't directed towards the other people that were on that thing, and it was a 2.5 hour interview that I listened to at work, and I had a thoroughly good time listening to it.
Oh yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah, she does good interviews.
Yeah, but there was just little things in that interview. And it was the joy. Like, I don't know. I've always referred to it as Blagger's delight. I think there's a different word for it as well, isn't there?
People smile when they tell lies.
Yeah, and he was
like
so
they have
pleased with himself.
They have a secret joke.
Yeah,
so here
pleased with himself.
This is the bit you're talking about, Lee.
Is don't steal my ideas. I don't want you to do the lenses. I don't want you to do any detail, and I don't want you to make it look real. I want you to make it bubblegum. I actually use the word bubblegum, okay? Because it's my copyright. It's and I don't want you to religiously copy it. He could do it again very easily, copy it exactly. John is the most talented person I know.
So yeah, he did say.
I refer you to the dick alien.
He did say that he wanted it to look not as good as the original Autopsy, which I do find weird, but it kind of suited that Ant and Dec film though. At the same time, I will say that.
Yeah, but the thing is, right? That film was distributed by Warner Brothers. It wasn't a small release. Do you know what I mean? But again, the quick word from Spirios, and it's okay. We'll just have to do a shit alien because we don't want to upset him. Strange.
Well, yeah, because he rang him and he said, "I'm gonna," and he said, "Are they paying you good? Well, one condition, you don't steal my ideas." But I get it. So he's the director though. So there's I get what you're saying about the model
But what-
maker.
Could I ask what idea did he not want them to steal? Because the alien
didn't-
autopsy is not his idea.
He didn't want them to steal. So he directed the full thing. So he didn't want them to steal the eyes. The fact that they've got lenses over the eyes, because the idea was they travel all these distances. Maybe that their eyes are not with our sunlight or whatever.
Could make sense. Yeah.
So those were lenses, like contact lenses, that they took
But,
off.
so why would Anton Deck want to use his model? I mean, what you were saying makes sense because it was a big production. Why couldn't they just get somebody else to design the alien?
Yeah,
and use a totally different alien.
And it's good. Well, to be perfectly honest, it's good for him. You know, if he was involved in doing the original thing, it was good for the production company that was making that film to throw some cash to the original creators. You know, I think that was a good thing. You know, Spirios said he turned down being part of the movie, and then he oddly enough he was also upset because they played his character down in the movie like it was unimportant, and I found that interesting. There was something else I was going to pull up about it as well. I forgot.
So was the movie more like a? I don't want to use the word documentary, but because I've never seen Anton Deck.
It was a mockumentary. Yeah. It was a comedy. It was a comedy. It was like a comedy thing, like a comedy movie of these people. And the story is in the film. Anton Deck is the one of them is Santilli. I forgot which one of the other people. The other Anton Deck is. One of them comes in contact with a real alien autopsy. They're going to go and sell it. It degrades in the tin, and they can't use it. And that's when they decide to restore it by making an alien autopsy the same. So it's the story is Santilli's story essentially.
Okay,
thanks, Jen, for that.
That sounds pretty good, though.
I watched it. I did watch it.
Is it worth a watch? Is it worth a watch?
I think so. As long as you get past Anton Deck being in it.
There's an absence of teapot lids. Those who have seen an autopsy will agree. Is that because everybody's drinking tea at an autopsy? I can't think of anything worse than to have maybe a strong drink.
For the smell.
Oh, yeah. Good call, Rich.
I know. I used to do autopsies when I was a kid.
Don't they shove Vaseline up their nose?
They do put something there, yeah, before they usually do it. But yeah, I mean that the art.
Right. Again, this isn't me saying it's real. I had so much doubt in the Santilli guy, not Santilli, in the Spirius guy. That's the interesting part of it for me now. That's the interesting part of this thing. When he went through, like in excruciating detail, why it had 6 fingers, why it had the lenses over the eyes, why he did no, hang on, Rich. Why he did all these things, like Kubrick-esque fucking detail he went into.
And what would you rather make a shitty movie? I mean, he did the right thing.
I'd like to know why he isn't a successful movie director now.
Hey, look, why am I not on TV? How come you're not on stand up at night? It's hard to get, doing this shit mainstream.
Like there was on the the program that your man Riker used to do, or was it the actual
I know
about it? Yeah, like he had the guys of Industrial Light and Magic in the 90s. In a room going, we don't know how he did that. Fucking Industrial Light and Magic, the fucking last word in special effects in the 90s. Yeah. And you tell me, so what's he do? I've been to his YouTube channel. There is nothing, absolutely nothing he has done since this to the quality of that.
Or I think you're looking too much into. You're looking way too much into something. No, but
where's the work? Where, if he's that good a filmmaker, where's the rest of the work?
I get
that. Even the card stuff. Like I was watching these videos he's done of people that are doing card stuff. Like there's videos he put up. Now I'm obviously not a fucking filmmaker, but I understand a little bit of it. And it's not color graded. There's no
Hasn't
film.
got
There's no
frame.
film grain in it, so
I'll
it
show
all
you.
looks like dead high resolution. Oh, and you know when you see people make
Because,
low budget short films,
So
and it's
Spiros, when
overly
is-
clear
when
because they
is the
haven't
book going to
graded
be
it properly.
released?
I've
I
been
just don't
promised I'll
believe
have the first one in
this
my
guy
hands,
talking like he should be
this
given the
weekend.
rights to make
Coming,
Clockwork
so
Orange
this
too.
weekend coming.
I don't
Right, so look, I'll show you.
understand where the rest of the work is.
Okay.
Yeah, that don't
This
make sense.
frame has gone
It does
should.
make sense.
through the walls. Look,
How?
Just doesn't
Quite
have it, bro.
damaged.
Not everything goes the way you
And-
want it to.
No, but he's already a filmmaker.
look at the.
I
video.
know, but it's over and done. He didn't expect it to be this successful. Probably figured, you know.
he was a filmmaker before he did it. Apparently, he was
I
making
know.
music videos for people.
I
to
know.
find.
So
So
no, not everything makes it on the internet, though.
no. So why
Even
isn't
here,
his other
there's
work
Damage.
to the same
There's
quality
damage.
as this? You can
So
be.
what's
Don't get me
happened
wrong. You can be not be
since
famous.
It was
Yeah.
telecine, because
You can.
um,
There are bands out there
telecine
that are
film,
writing
I'm just telling
stone
your
cold
viewers just in
bangers
case,
that
that's on
people
John
like a
Humphries.
couple of hundred people have heard. My friends, I'll give it a quick plug here.
It's
my
all
friends-
irrelevant. What you're saying has nothing to do with what he did now. Has nothing to do with it.
Of course it does.
No, it
Because
has absolutely nothing to do with
How
it.
does it not?
Because he made the movie, didn't keep any extra shit for whatever reason
Right,
we
no,
don't know.
that's fine. No, but you're not explaining why. You're not explaining why.
Every time I
He's the-
try, I
the-
get cut off.
No, but you're not explaining why the quality of the work isn't there.
The quality of his past work?
Or all of the work that has come since.
It doesn't matter. Why does it matter? It has nothing
Because
to
he's
do with the
talking-
film.
Because he's talking like a creative genius.
Good. Maybe he is, right?
And
Maybe
no-
he is.
and there
I
has
talk
been
like
no-
I'm a creative genius comic. I'm not on stage making Why?
No,
Where's all my
but-
work?
But if he did this to
It's the same thing. There just
if he
isn't.
did this to the level of granular detail that
Yes.
he would have had to keep it there for so long and to
Right.
keep it like somewhat relevant,
Right. He got
then I
lucky.
then I
He
feel
got
there'd be
lucky.
some. Does that work?
Absolutely.
I don't believe that there is a band out there.
It's
that has
okay.
put-
No, it's okay.
No, I don't believe
mean,
there's a band out there that has put a load of mediocre music out, and in amongst that mediocre music, music they've got one yesterday.
Oasis.
That doesn't happen. Maybe
yeah,
But
a lot
that
of bands.
doesn't happen.
Yeah, there is. It does.
No,
It really
because
does.
don't get me wrong, you get like a one-hit wonder. But if you look at the rest of their work, it is comparable to that one-hit wonder.
I know you're comparing music to filmmaking, and it's
I'm
not
just
the
comparing.
same.
I'm just comparing art in general. It's,
But-
you could
but
say
don't
it was a painter.
But everything he did before, it doesn't have anything to do with this film. Let's just say he's talented and he made this film. There's no. He's saying, well, we don't know where the extra footage or any extra stuff is laying on the floor. We don't know. But I guarantee it, Lee, there is footage somewhere about this whole process they went through, edits and everything. You know it's there. It's on a hard drive somewhere.
And
But
that's
he's not
what we
let-
want to see.
I know, and he's not letting us see it. So with that being said, we have to go by what we're given, and I don't see any bullshittery going on that we have to worry about what he did in the past to what makes this movie,
No,
this
it's 'cause
Alien
it's not just
Autopsy,
the
this
past,
genuine.
It's what he's done now.
I agree. Hey man, I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah,
I get it.
I just find it really weird. Don't get me wrong. He might be able to come on this podcast and just turn around and say, "No, Lee, this is exactly why it was." I go, "All right, Spurious, I apologize."
Yeah.
I just find it really weird.
But you
again,
want some evidence, don't you? You want more
the
than
thing-
We all do.
But the thing is, right? What have we got? You've got a man telling a story, but about that man, we have a man which was on promoting a book which we can't buy. We have no evidence apart from a Bunsen burner that he did that documentary. And I also find it really weird that it's not only did he keep the one artifact, like kept that one Bunsen burner, it also happens to be super rare as well. So that's a coincidence. Like you won't find this Bunsen burner anywhere else. I'd have believed it better if he'd said he'd made it, to be perfectly honest. And then on top of that, I can't find any of the stuff he did that before the Alien Autopsy.
So with everything you said, where are you going with this? What's your?
That's what I'm saying. I find him more interesting than the
Oh,
Alien
okay.
Autopsy.
Do you think
All right.
then he might be the ringer?
I've got I see. I don't know whether.
That's
he
what
was
I was
involved. Maybe he was involved. Maybe he's jealous that Santilli's been the guy that's been out there like trying to make the
Sure.
money. It's he had a real bee in his bonnet about him trying to sell that frame of footage.
Sure.
Um,
That sounds logical to me.
yeah. So maybe he's spicing a story up to make himself seem more important, so he can like jump in there.
But see, there's one thing that you said that really makes sense for him to be a ringer is the fact that he went to promote a book that isn't out there.
One copy. There's one copy on Amazon,
Which was probably self-published.
Yeah.
I want this book now.
See,
I know.
This is the thing. I was going to go and buy
Get
it. This is
up,
the
Wayne?
thing. Oddly enough, my friend Stuart Steve McFall, he just released a book called Yesterday's Dirty, self-published himself. Everyone should go and buy it. It's on Amazon.
Is it for $80 though?
It's not. It's for $11.99.
Nice.
He released it last year, and there is plenty of copies of that motherfucker to buy. See, what they do is, if you self-publish a book with Amazon, I don't know if this is how he's done it. He might have done it in-house. If you self-publish a book with Amazon, they print them for you. They essentially do the same job as the t-shirt companies do. You know, like the like the Tea Republic or whatever it's called.
Teespring.
Yeah. So if he's done that, and he might not have done, don't get me wrong, he might have gone down this whole route of getting it printed himself to put out there, which is like massively expensive to do. If he had gone down the route of getting it published by Amazon, then there should be loads of books there, which is weird. And that would be if you're going to release a book and you want a no risk way of doing it, and especially this is what gets me about not being able to buy that book. There is a market for that.
Definitely, there is a market for that. I will I mean, Jesus, he could make a lot of money off that book.
Oh yeah, but
unless
this was
unless
you're
googling it wrongly.
No, well, I wasn't good. I was on Amazon, where the books live. And then
Dave's ordered himself
then
that book.
I googled to try and find it somewhere in like a small bookshop, and then I went on eBay thinking somebody might have bought a copy of it and tried to sell it. I couldn't do that. I went onto his website. There isn't a partner's website to buy his own book from.
That's odd.
This is why because I was listening to the thing and I thought, well, I'll be perfectly honest. I thought he sounded a little arrogant, but that's fine. You know, he's in an interview situation. Maybe he's not used to doing interviews and stuff like that. I'm not saying he is arrogant. I'm just saying that's how I felt it came across. And I thought to myself, I'd like to read this book because, to be perfectly honest, I wanted to see because he said there was some other stills and stuff inside it. I wanted to look at the other stills.
Scott sent me some of these stills, which we'll bring up. But I do want to get onto what I was showing you and Dave before the show, because and thank you so much, Jennifer, for the kind donation. Circular drills in the top of your skull. That's what I'm going to need by the end of the show. It came out in 1995. How long, Rich, do you think that thing would have taken from producing it?
Get the rips ready.
I'm listening.
I ordered that book.
You've ordered it?
Where'd you get it from?
Amazon.
Did you get the one copy that was for £80?
I paid $114.50.
Jeez.
That's dedication. I wonder if
there you go, Spiros.
I hope that comes with free shipping.
No, it did not.
Damn.
Send me an email, Spiros. Come on the show. Sell some more books. I would like to get him on. I'd like Lee to, like him and Lee to have a nice little conversation.
He's a hard guy to find, because I tried to see if I could reach out to him.
I'll get him.
So, Rich, how long do you think?
How long is a Chinese mountain?
How long so 1995? How long do you think it would have taken to get something back then filmed, made, filmed, and then sold out to the public?
Usually, well, things are different now, but it could take up to a year.
Okay.
I know what Third Phase of Moon has done with their movies, and their turnaround time is usually 3 to 6 months, it seems, depending on what that company like Amazon is looking for and what they need. And if there's too many of the same thing, they may put you off for a few months. So that's why you never know. It could be anywhere from 3 months to a year, to be honest.
Okay, so August 1995, I believe, is that when it came out to the public?
I think so.
Yep. I'm gonna show this clip from Erica's channel because this is one of the things that did make me think that doesn't sound right. So it came out in 1995. So that's the little boy in the plaster.
That's 10-year-old Michael being molded for the alien. Okay?
Wow.
Right. But it gets better. Hold on, I'll show you something even better. Here we are. So side by side.
Listen to the date.
Okay, I'll 2 pages together. This is it. All right. So this one is the alien being molded. Sculpted out of clay.
Wow.
You see
See,
very
I told
clearly
you
there,
stuff.
Polaroid cameras.
Yeah.
This is John up here where I'm working
John
backwards.
Cocktoasted.
This is John with hair, which tells you that it's 1995. All right, this is the
Did you hear that?
1995.
Yeah, that's when it got released to the public in 1995.
Okay.
So in the space of January to August, that whole thing went from being made and then released. That unless he's made a mistake, then he could have done that. Could have been like 1994, and he's just
8 months, bro, right in the wheelhouse of what I said.
I mean, that's fast. That's a fast time
It is.
to get that out.
And sometimes it's more of who you know than what you have. And if you have something that looks good and you know somebody, they can really turn it fast, I think. Turn around. Sure.
But see, why doesn't he show the pictures instead of showing a picture of pictures in a book?
I thought that as well. And it's pictures that are on top of each other too. Because this is the other thing I'm looking at that, and to me that it looks like something like it looks like an alien. I'm not sure if it looks like what that thing is.
It does look very similar. I mean,
it looks very similar, absolutely. Be really interesting to know if there's any Doctor Who geeks out there.
Maybe the other guys.
Who model.
Maybe the other guy, that Ray guy, he's got all the pictures.
Ray Santilli.
I don't know.
Santilli lace.
Well, Ray, and that is one thing that Spirius was, and I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, was getting pissed off at is this being sold for $1 million.
Oh, I don't blame him. But you know, he's a businessman. He made his money, right?
Did he?
I don't.
He just made 100 and something out of him.
Right.
I don't know how much Spirius made out of it, but it's
a great piece of work, regardless.
It is a fantastic piece.
It's a fantastic piece of work. I mean, it could be like, I understand Rich's point that it could just be his savant moment. This is his shiny moment, and he never reclaimed it. I also understand Lee's like, where's the buildup? Like, talent.
For sure.
He gets your practice, and he's been a director of several other projects that I've been able to find. I'm not gonna. I mean, I've never directed anything, so who am I to critique? But they're not this. Like this is the beginning of. I mean, he made this with a shoestring. This guy could make the best like horror grindhouse type films.
Yeah, for me, it's like it's the
granular.
It's the granular detail of how he talked about some stuff, and like for me, like, I'm a massive Kubrick fan. I've watched far too many documentaries about how that man went about making films, and that sort of autistic level of detail he would put into every single scene of every single second of every single movie he made. And there's a bit of me thinks if you were gonna make a story about how he went into it so granularly, it made me think that I wonder if he's watched the autopsy back and retroactively made stories up of the decisions he made. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know it.
Do you get me?
I get you, brother.
But again, like I say, I don't know, and I could be selling this guy unbelievably short. And if I am like truly sorry if you listen to this, and he's like that fucking fat motherfucker.
Yeah.
I am truly sorry, but I just found it really weird, because the only reason I even thought about like having a sniff around, like finding more stuff out about the guy, was because I couldn't buy his book. That was the first thing I came across. Well, that's very strange. I just tried to buy. I've just watched. The reason you went and did this interview, is to promote your book. So the interview worked. It did its job. I'm now looking for your book, and I can't buy it.
Well, he just sold one. So those 226 pages better be awesome.
Also, who in like 2021 is not releasing a Kindle version of books?
Can I quickly say something? Somebody
Yeah.
asked.
It's a live debate. You go ahead, mate.
Helen asked the question. She said, "Has anybody read the CIA Dr. Kit Green document on this?"
Nope.
No, I've not.
No, because when I saw that, I was like, "Did the CIA actually look into this footage?"
He's the guy, yeah. Maybe she could pop this up in the comments just in case I'm speaking bullshit. Isn't that the guy that was supposedly back in the Santilli frame as being legit?
Yeah. Which,
yeah, but that doesn't mean he's smarter than anyone else.
No, but
the whole thing with the frame being sold is very iffy to me. You know, that's the bit where it falls apart. That just seems like a massive money grab.
I tell you what, it's. I would think it's dangerous. If you're selling something to somebody for £1 million, and you are putting this forward as this is an original frame from an autopsy done in the 40s on an alien, and then you've got the director of this footage coming out saying, no, this was filmed in the 90s, I did it, this is the guy that did it, this is my Bunsen burner to prove it. Surely there's a lawsuit waiting for somebody there if somebody spends £1 million on that, unless it's worded in a way that he can turn around and say, no, it's an original frame of the fake. You know, maybe that's how it's worded, but it just
remember the Egyptian feet.
Yeah, that was really weird, wasn't it? But see, this is the thing, though. This is like the level of detail that has gone into this, and that's the thing. I just don't. I don't believe when I listened to the guy speak and I looked for the other stuff he'd done. I don't see that genius anywhere else.
Did you hear him speak about the clock? How the clock is it's 10:10.
Yeah, but it's not. It stops at 10:10, doesn't it? Because if you look at the clock on the wall, it's not 10:10. Because that's the first thing I did was I went online to try and find it, and the clocks aren't all at 10:10. I still don't understand what he meant there. I don't know whether he meant he started filming it so it finished at 10:10.
I would like to know if in the film this phone that they picked it up and moved it, because this phone does move. The wire moves in this clip, and I think that's a real piece of. It's just such a small bit of detail, but the actual phone gets lifted.
That's wild. because that would suggest it works. And who knows? That could be fucking Kubrick playing 5D chess with me again, saying, no, we need to move the phone because it makes it look like somebody's used it halfway through the autopsy.
Yeah,
Or
so,
after
so you see the phone here like that.
Yeah.
If we go try and find it, but that phone in one of the clips does change.
Because he also said that the clocks and watches, and I don't see any watches on people.
Well, the people have got.
Yeah, no. So why would he make a point of saying that the clocks and watches were?
Because it was a detail. He took time to make sure that their watches were set, even though no one would ever see them. He knew.
Right. Okay. Another fucking Kubrick moment.
I'll just play.
See that clock isn't at 10:10.
Oh, not anymore. Because the time is ticking.
See, the plug sockets got me as well, because he said the one mistake he made in the film was putting the plug sockets halfway up the wall. And then I went around.
It's not a mistake. That's how all hospitals and medical facilities are.
Exactly, because the last thing you want to be doing if you're operating on someone is having to scratch around on the floor trying to plug a drill in.
It's always up high. Yeah, so it can be so you can also maintain that it is plugged in. Especially in the US. That's everywhere. And I don't know if that's everywhere in the world, but in the US where this was, that's and they have been since they started putting them in.
That was
UK hospitals as well. They're on the wall, up high.
But that was the first thing I did as well when he said that was I paused the interview and went on my laptop and I started looking at photographs of American hospitals, American operating theaters.
Was this allegedly done in a hospital or operating theater?
We don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
military facilities do the same thing.
Yeah. See that See, that's the thing I find weird about the weighing scale thing, because I'm not convinced in this situation you would be weighing organs.
Absolutely,
you absolutely would.
This is a historic thing. You would an alien.
No, whoa! They put them in separate bowls so you could weigh after.
No, they weigh it as they take it out, so they get it as it's out on camera, and you just don't know.
Well, they're supposed to. Yeah.
They do, though. I've seen a lot of it.
I know they weigh them during autopsies, but if you've all of a sudden you've been having a normal day at work, and next thing is you have morgue wheeled into you to get carved up, I feel a protocol or something here.
I actually, so I will argue with that. I think it would be the opposite.
You think
the amount of
super
training
protocol?
And yeah, because you're good at, because I mean, one thing doctors train for is to disassociate. If it's a child in trauma, if it's that, even especially if you're doing, if you're a pathologist, right? Disassociate. I have a friend; he's a pediatric pathologist. Nobody can disassociate with that guy.
Could you disassociate though when your whole paradigm of reality is just shifted in front of you?
Yeah,
I'm not so sure,
dude. I've gone for drinks with the guy who has delivered bad news to 12 different parents that all their kids were terminal for various reasons. That was his Friday.
Look, man, I
like he's like, so what's going on? It's like, I'm going playing golf tomorrow. It's like, no shit. He's like, hey man,
but everything,
you got to learn to compartmentalize.
It's not his life.
Everything from your fucking view on religion to what the fuck is going on.
I think you would double down, man. That's what training's for.
Maybe.
The reason you train is so when you're faced with something critical, life-changing, altering, life or death, you don't think about it. You're not emotional about it. You can literally just let go and do what you're trained to do.
And Lee, you're overanalyzing things, man.
Yeah.
You really are.
No,
a little. You are.
No, because he overanalyzed it. So I'm analyzing his analysis.
Two wrong long ones don't make one right short one. Huh?
But this is the thing, I don't believe his analysis of
in the house.
the film.
That's
the thing.
I got it.
Dave, can I ask you this?
No.
I and don't be offended.
I'll be offended.
I'm
already offended.
Don't be offended that I think you may know this, but
I do not. No, actually, I do know people in the CIA. I was going to say, I don't know anyone in this. Actually, I do.
I was just going to say, a dead
Do
body.
you think an alien with like mouth like that would give good head?
Yes.
Oh my
yes.
God.
Tight little mouth. I didn't see.
Ma!
Yeah.
No meatballs.
Yeah.
So I showed my mum this video, on.
Oh shit!
Why do you have to say something weird every time I make like a crude joke?
It's always his mom, man.
Well, hear me out. So I showed my mum this Alien Autopsy on Friday night. I said, "Do you remember I had the magazine and I showed her it, and she said, yeah, it's not real because it wouldn't bleed like that. If it was, the blood would what did she say?
Coagulates to the bottom.
So what
Drains to the bottom.
do you think it would bleed the way it does here?
Do I?
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I don't know anything about pathology, autopsies, things like that. It's not my...
There's one thing I noticed which was missing is that there should have been a chock behind its neck to keep the head upright and looking up.
Maybe
You have like little wooden or metal chocks, which is sort of like got an indent in them, so they snug into your neck.
Maybe its muscles are super tight, so it didn't need it. I don't know, but if it's habit, he would have put it there. Yeah. But as far as like the blood, if that's what you're asking, Ollie, I know that very near where I live, there's a huge area dedicated to like decomposition and pathology in all the different states and bodies will, like, the blood drains and coagulates the body. It just hangs out there and makes like a big bruise.
Mm-hmm.
But you have X amount of time, but it does start. And it shouldn't, I mean, should it seep out like that? Dude, I have no idea. That's not my thing. I've never been to the body farm. I've had opportunities to go to the body farm. I'm good. I have enough nightmares as it is.
The whole 6 fingers and 6 toes thing, though,
A brilliant touch.
It is a brilliant touch, but for an artist to draw or make a hand with an extra digit it's actually quite a difficult thing to do, to put an extra digit on there and make it kind of work. Make it look natural. This looks natural.
I think we might be looking at this from the wrong perspective. We're crediting so much to this Spiros guy, and maybe it's all absolutely due. But maybe this was Humphries' Mona Lisa. This was the pinnacle of all his work. He had the work built up. He made this, and he just never really grasped it again. But he got there once.
Spiros has maybe taken a bit of stolen valor from,
or maybe he got him to sign something the guy shouldn't have signed. That happens in entertainment all the time. Where he gets to own everything, and his only real contributions being a really fast flim flam man who's able to take credit of the art of someone else. Because bobbling around with a camera in black and white isn't that big. Whoever made that thing is a big deal.
Either way, there isn't I don't think so anyway. There's very few sci-fi films.
Well, can I just throw it out from... Ooh, sorry.
So no, carry on.
I was just going to say, maybe from another universe, what if this thing could be real and everybody's a ringer in it?
Maybe.
It's like what you said about the PR putting something out. Maybe this did go out accidentally, and now it's such a rush job to say, look, it's fake. I faked it. Come buy my book that doesn't exist.
Come buy a movie. Get a movie director that's the equivalent of.
I've done all this other work that nobody can prove, and and I haven't seen his other work.
This is terrible. This isn't good work, by the way. This is blurry. It's out of focus.
It would be supposed to be like that.
Come on, that's the real world. We look at footage of. I look at footage of various things, be it paranormal, be it UFOs. They're all the same.
No, I mean, we're talking about an alien autopsy, the most important thing in history, right here, and it's out of focus. That's not how it works in real life.
It would be.
It wouldn't be. It would be out of focus until it wasn't anymore, and then we'd see it. Nah, it wouldn't.
It would be for the simple. Do I not get to finish? Or no? Or you're an expert? You're an expert on.
I am an expert on film.
You are awesome. Where did you get that from? Where was that? Well, no, I'm interested.
It's called a lifetime of working with cameras.
Really in the military under those.
In the military back in supposedly the 40s, which is the 90s.
Yeah, you're the expert. You're the expert.
Yeah.
Wow. Fantastic.
You're going to tell me they can't focus?
You're going to tell me that they could? You're going to tell me that was an actual camera guy?
Yeah, they can focus. They're purposely going out of focus to make it look like shit.
Maybe, but this isn't
Yeah.
the 40s, right? It's a hoax.
Yeah, I know.
And your
So-
argument is in the 40s, it would be perfectly clear. There would be no errors, no issue.
I didn't say that. You think
No,
once
no,
they
no,
get
no,
close
no,
enough?
no,
No. I
no,
said
no, no,
you didn't
no,
let
no,
me
no,
finish.
no,
Once they
no.
get close enough and focused, then they should be in focus. Oh, now you want to jump over me and talk over me? Well, fuck you. You sound like a stuttering fool.
Fool. What?
Yeah. Why don't you
Do I
go
get to
hoax
make
some
my
more
point now?
stuff?
What? Dude,
Oh,
what the fuck
me?
did
You
just
should
say?
know about
Hoax
hoaxing.
what?
You know all about
Tell me.
hoaxing. You want to make it personal and you want to be a dick to me? I wasn't
Yeah.
a dick to you.
Yeah, I wasn't. I was trying to speak and you kept fucking.
No,
running
I
over me.
didn't. I
No,
didn't.
let's make it personal. Let's make it personal. Go ahead.
Your mother's a whore.
What else?
What would
else
you-
got?
Dave,
What
what
else
were
you
you
got?
going to say about the camera?
No. I'm interested in that. Keep going. Keep going, Rich.
Because I know I
It's your
said
turn. I already
Well,
said what I
there's a whore.
said.
No. Keep going. You're the expert.
No, it's your
I don't have
turn
to
now.
go
It's your
on.
turn.
No, I don't have anything to say to you on
Right,
here.
of
I will
course
say
you
it
don't.
To your face.
You just want to talk over me and be loud like you're the tough guy.
Like you? Like you?
I wasn't talking over
Constantly?
you.
What?
Constantly. I never talk over anybody. And if I do, at least I apologize.
You don't. You don't apologize.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you
What,
don't.
what are you, sucking your own dick?
Is that it? Is that all you got?
That's what it sounds
Keep
like.
Going. Keep going. Come on, Rich.
No, believe me, you don't want me to keep going.
Let's
I
go back
want you
to the
keep going. I'm
alien.
interested. No. This is personal between Rich and I now, like with everyone else in his life.
Right.
Continue.
Well, you're not my friend, so this isn't everyone else
I'm
in
not
my
your
life.
friend. I'm
You're
not
right.
your friend.
You're right.
I've actively not been your friend. You're right.
I know. You're fake just like everybody else.
I'm fake like everyone else. Who else is fake?
Yeah.
Who else is
Oh.
fake?
Oh, the guy
I'm
above
here.
you? Alien addict?
Alien Act is fake. Yeah.
Yeah.
So fuck him and his mother too. Yeah.
Well, I didn't
Who
say
else?
that yet. You
Well,
said
technically
that.
Lee.
Why
Technically
am I
Lee's
fake?
above me, right? Well, that's everybody that's fake.
Well, because Alien Addict wants to make up stuff that isn't there when it comes
So he's
to
a liar.
debunking shit. Yeah, he
He's a
is.
liar.
He is.
What
And he
am I
doesn't
making
want
up?
to and he doesn't want to see the real evidence. He says I can't see the real evidence because I won't believe it anyway. You don't want to see the evidence because you don't want to look wrong. That's fake.
No. Where is the evidence, Rich?
No,
I told you third phase of moon has it. I can get it. You're going to have to look at it behind the scenes. That's the deal.
Oh, is this about third phase? I didn't realize we were speaking about third phase.
No
I was
idea we were
because he
talking about
asked
third
me
phase.
why you're
Did
fake
they
and
fake
why I
this
said
as
you're
well?
fake and I said you are because you don't want to see real evidence that makes you fake.
I don't know where third phase of moon came into it.
I just brought it up.
Just now he did. Yeah. We weren't talking
Oh.
about it. So what about Lee? Lee fake or he's up on all?
No, Lee's good.
Lee's good. Okay. Hidden underbelly.
He's great.
All right. Who else? Let's go through the chat one by one. I need to know who everyone's fake.
I
I
don't
need to
see
know
your
who
mother.
I'm
Your
in that
mother
company
left
with.
already. So
Yeah,
she
see?
left.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's dead, by the way. So I
Oh,
appreciate
well,
that. She
I don't
died of-
blame her. I'd
She
kill
died
myself
horribly
too.
of cancer,
Oh my god.
which is
Oh.
fantastic.
Christ, right.
Well,
Yeah.
cancer happens.
Yeah.
Rich,
Happened to my family.
Rich,
Yeah,
have you
go
got have you got the wrong side of the bed today or something? Because
No.
No,
He's
why?
a
I'm in a
grown
good
man
mood.
Speaking his mind. He's a grown man speaking.
Yeah,
his
I
mind.
can speak my mind. She can
Exactly.
handle it.
I just don't
Yeah, she's
get.
dead.
I,
So
I,
that's cool.
No, I'm talking about you.
Oh, I'm a she. Okay. Yeah. Hey,
Well, you're
What
one of
else
those.
what else you got? What else you got, tough guy?
Oh, tough guy.
Tough guy.
Name and place. Name and place.
so
I tell you what, Rich. Shoot me your address.
so
it on here.
anyway,
Just get it off the internet.
Oh, I promise you, I will not dox you.
so
It's out there.
anyway, about that alien.
Oh, it's like that. Okay, I'll find it.
Yeah, go ahead. I don't care. Come on over.
All right. So who else is fake, Rich? I'm curious.
It's
You're
your
the expert,
turn.
buddy.
It's not all about me. It's about you too.
I'm not
So
the expert. I'm here learning. I'm here learning from your glory and your majesty with the film expertise, the camera expertise. It's phenomenal, man.
I know.
I'm learning.
it's
tons.
better than you.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah,
I don't
better
know
than
all
you.
these things.
I know you don't. That's why
Yeah.
you're here to learn. That's why I'm here to
So
teach.
me, Sensei. Teach me more about third phase. That's
There's
they're
nothing
the
that
way,
you can
right?
go on the internet and learn for yourself. As a matter of fact, you've already made up your mind before looking at the evidence anyway, so that's okay.
I'm seeing it with you. I didn't make up my mind. I'm trying
I'm
to be
sure you
objective.
have. Sure you have. You're not objective.
I'm not objective. How am I not
No.
objective?
No.
How am I not objective?
I heard.
What
I
have I
mean, you
given
don't
to this
believe anything
predetermined?
third phase of moon says, so why should I even
Whoa,
bother?
Who said that? I don't fucking know those guys. When did I?
You've seen. I've heard you talk about the evidence that people were talking about. Come on, don't act like you haven't.
Me.
No, Lee.
When?
I don't think Dave's mentioned third
When?
base.
No. He said
he was
when.
part of a conversation that I can't remember exactly when, Dave. You know how many different fucking shows you're on over here?
How many shows am I on over here?
I don't know. I'm not an expert on that. I don't follow you.
Not like cameras, huh?
Nope, not like cameras.
Cameras, filmography. You got that?
Yeah,
Whoever
I got it.
who's fake and real. Mother's dying of cancer. That's you.
Yeah.
Fucking badass, tough guy. Got it.
Yeah. I don't care. Your mother died of cancer. You brought that up, not me.
No, you brought her up. You bring her into this.
No, I said your mother was a whore because that's something that guys say when they're pissed to other guys. They say your mother's a whore,
No, that's what little men say.
Yeah, well, maybe little men and immature because I am immature. You got that right.
Yeah.
I like
that.
You're going to sit here and look like, he's the mature guy. But behind the scenes, this guy's a prick just like me. Trust me.
Oh, I'm absolutely a prick. I'm
an
asshole.
You are
a bad person, and I've done bad things.
You're as bad as me. You're as bad as me.
Rich, I guarantee I'm fucking worse.
Yeah, I know.
I would double down that I'm
I know.
worse.
Well, double down. Come on over.
Okay.
Right. So, Dave.
It's definitely an alien.
Yes. So what was you going to say about the camera? Because I am interested to say.
Now, Rich is the camera god. He has ruled on it because he knows everything about ufology, right? He's got
It's not ufology, you idiot. It's ufology.
Ufology, is it not? Is it
it's
what?
Ufology, not ufology.
You look at that. Ufology, right? Ufology. That's what you're saying.
Is that its brains?
Unbelievable.
That's the lamb's brains. Yeah, two of them.
What is
apparently.
that? What is that? Rich, tell us. What is it? What is it, Rich? We're all here to learn, man. Rich, what is it? What is it, Rich? Come on, Rich. Rich, you're not going to tell us? Man, we're all here for your expertise. We're all just trying to learn, man. What is it? You know. I don't know.
I already said it.
What is it?
You must have forgot.
I did.
All right.
I did. I have
rewind and go look.
Man, we're here live. What about all these people? Maybe they have had concussions.
What was that about concussions? You've had concussions from what? Running into walls?
No.
Yeah.
But I am sitting on a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
So continue on. What all's going here? What's this camera angle? What focus do you think they're using here? What lens are they using, Rich? What speed is the camera being taken at? What's it being recorded at? Frames per second. Just give me a ballpark. You're not an expert now. You're not an expert now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what is it?
Figure it out.
Why? You're here. You're an expert. Ask an expert. You said you're here to teach me, educate me. Educate away.
Yeah. No, I don't take orders from little girls like you. I don't take orders from you. So go and
let the best troll you have,
right?
Well, yeah, that's the best I've got. I'm not going to waste my good stuff on somebody like you.
Can I butt in here now?
Somebody like
you know why, Dave? Because you know why? Because I really don't. Because I really don't hate you.
I can't hear you.
For me to be really good at taking somebody down, I really have to hate somebody. I don't hate you.
Oh, you don't hate me.
I'm just mad. Okay,
just mad
because you think that you can talk over me and I can't talk over you, and that I'm the asshole, and you were talking down to me, being a condescending little girl, and that's why I gave it back to you.
I didn't give you anything.
You were acting condescending.
No, you were stepping on me when I was.
No, I wasn't. Go back and look. If I was, I apologize, but I wasn't doing it on purpose.
Then you know what? We're cool. I appreciate your apology.
All right, then we're cool.
So the focal length on that camera, I think I'd have thought that if you were going in and out like that, I would have thought it would have been hard to focus those cameras back then.
That would be my argument as well. And my argument to the camera, Rich, is what the whole point I was trying to make is if this is a big thing and they're trying to bring people in with security clearances, they may or may not have a camera guy on set, and he'll be having to do what they tell him to. That's what it would be. He would be moving in and out. And the reality is camera guys usually set up camera equipment and then leave. They don't have the clearance to actually see what they're doing. It sounds fucking crazy, but it's true.
No, I believe it. If that's what happened, here, yeah.
If that is, and I don't think this is real. That's not my argument.
Yeah, I know.
the argument was a hypothetical question posed earlier that you had said that they wouldn't be doing it. Wouldn't I was like, no, it would be out of focus. Absolutely, they would get someone, hand them a camera, and say, "You're filming now because you have whatever clearance."
Yeah, which is kind of where I was aiming to. I was gonna, unless they were told. We never got to that because I started.
No. We jump right to my dead mother being a whore.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know she was dead at the time.
No. So you don't give a fuck, right? Because you don't care about me. I'm a piece of shit. I'm a liar. Ollie's a liar. He's a hoaxer.
Well, Ollie flip flops. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Ollie's a
What do
liar.
I flip flop?
Ollie's a liar. No, Ollie, you're a liar.
What do
You
I
are a
Flip
liar.
flop. You know you do.
No,
I
he's a
So
liar.
hey Lee, how you doing, man? You okay?
I'm fine. I'm currently looking at the chat.
They got to be having fun.
Well, I just was wondering because when they pulled out the brain, it looked like there was some sort of eye things attached at the end of it.
There was.
It did look like there was little dangling bits, but I take it because he said they sewed two sheep's brains together, and that made the alien brain. I take it. If you were gonna do it,
very good on how do you say attention to the details, isn't it?
But if you were gonna get because apparently they got it from the local butchers.
I like that you guys are continuing on for normalcy.
Yeah.
I think it's so. Fun fact: my mother isn't dead, and she's cool.
So you're a liar too.
Absolutely.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, of course you are.
Well, you already called me a liar. I'm just.
I know. I was right.
Yeah, absolutely. Me and
Thank you,
Ollie, absolutely being on that side for liars. You bet.
I mean, I don't get how I flip flop.
I'll talk to you behind the scenes because I have a little more respect for you and know you a little bit.
But you said I flip flop.
You do.
Between what?
We'll talk outside of this. I'm not going to talk in public with you about that, even though it's brought up.
Well, flip flop. I've never been called a flip flop.
I just think this message is important.
Yeah, let's save the show, Lee.
Come on, Lee.
Sheep brain, Lee.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll bring up the sheep brain. Yeah. You said hidden. You said there was stuff attached.
I think maybe. Yeah. I just got a quick look at it. It's hard to pay attention when two big men are shouting at each other, but
it makes for good drama.
It does. It does.
This reminds me when Dad and Dad used to fight.
The show.
You're a drama farmer, mate.
I've been good recently.
You got that nickname from my show, didn't you? Drama farmer.
I think I did, yeah. Is this bit hidden?
No, it's there.
Yeah. Could that just be the side? Could I see it again? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention when he pulled it out. Could we see from the extraction? Yeah. I need. You know what? I'm going to get this video in my editing suite.
Do you know? You probably want to get a vet to look at this and just say, is that two sheep's brains?
Well, you couldn't. I don't think he could tell because it just looks like a lump. It doesn't even see the quality on it. I could tidy that up. I need to get this in my editing suite. It's a very interesting video because even though you know it's fake, the guy's telling you it's fake. I mean, we're looking at things, and I believe I said this to you before. We're looking at things and we're comparing it to us humans, but this is a representation of an alien. So, because I was watching some of it where they were cutting things that would attach it, say like vessels and stuff. It's damn good. It's damn good. And to say a swan song like this to finish out, that's why I kind of get Lee, because he wouldn't have to go knocking doors. His doors would be knocking. Just the level of what's being gone on there, and just even a directorial skill in that. I mean, it's like somebody said, it's a grindhouse feel, and that's what he's got. But people are looking to cash in on, man. That's what I don't get. That's what I don't get. Where is he now?
I could see it being sheep's brains because I just pulled up pictures.
When it looks like sheep's brains.
Yeah, I could see that.
It
It looked good.
Still
look
have the
like
crack on it
the-
because
got
they're
this-
longer. They're longer. They're not like, like we always see human brains and pictures or.
I didn't realize a
textbooks
sheep's
or
brain
whatever.
would be that big because that is.
Well, it's
I
two
said there's
brains.
two of them. Yeah, that would make sense because it has two of those
Yeah.
white backing cordagey things.
That's a good point. Two sewn together. So this is. I mean, this is the thing. I'm not saying that I believe this thing is this footage is real. I just think that it's so good, and the needs for an artist not to, for the only thing for this guy to have done was to take this one picture when he's making it, and that be it. And, and also, Spiros said he was mad at John for taking that picture because he specifically told them that no pictures. Who took the picture though? Because it was who took the picture?
Because John's there.
John is
Probably
there.
right.
I know
Probably
they
right.
had a team, but John made it sound like just John had taken the picture, but John's in the frame. I mean, I could just be being silly there, but it's the whole thing, the after bit when he got told that if you are going to do the Alien Autopsy film, you can't make it as good as what we did. And it
We
needs
don't
to
know. Let's say we don't know what he signed.
But this is
could've
the
signed
thing.
it
We don't know if anything was signed at all either, because
Yeah.
I mean the whole thought behind this is that they've tried to they've tried to stop like a paper trail, or an evidence trail behind it. So if there was contracts drawn up between people, then you do have a paper trail that people could find. But I don't know. Like I said, I think the lack of people that are wanting to take credit for it, because realistically, you've only got him and Santilli, haven't you? That want to take any sort of credit for this thing.
Well, John's taking credit for it. They did it.
Well, yeah, but he's not out there talking about it. And realistically, he's just doing his job. His job back then was sculpting, doing special effects for films. That was what he was doing. That's what he's still doing. So that's in that case, it probably has helped his career in that, in that way. But like I said, I just find it weird that you've got like 1993, Jurassic Park came out, and I remember like the special effects guys that worked on Jurassic Park being two of the guys that were brought in with Riker to look at things. So when you talk about people that had like literally all of the money in the world that was getting poured into films, and they were like shocked by how good this 2.5 minutes, whatever it is, or 20 minutes, 20-minute video is. I just find it weird that no, it took so long as well. I mean, you're talking 20 years, wasn't it? Like that it's been for like Spiros to like magically appear to talk about it.
It's just it is just the lack of anything.
Yeah, that's it.
I do
the
think there
evidence.
would be something. Just
I think maybe because we've gone, it's been here, and I find it strange that we don't. I don't think anyone like. I know we've toyed with the idea of it being real on this show before, and even then, I understand that 90% of that thought of wanting it to be real is wanting it to be real. We want it to be something because it's fucking cool. But we don't seem to like the evidence that we would want to prove it's real we don't seem to want the same level of evidence from the guy that says he made it.
Yeah. And that's
we've
what
just-
we need.
Yeah, and we've just gone, oh, you've got a Bunsen burner and you say you did it. Great, case closed. So we've just took it for granted that he's telling the truth.
We have a picture of the mold, though.
We have a picture of a mold
with an alien in it.
And we have a picture of a mold.
So what does he get out of it by saying it's fake?
He's selling books.
He sold one.
Can you imagine?
Oh, he should be selling books anyway.
Can you imagine if right now, I mean, Race and Tilly should do this, but I think Spiros, you should beat him to it. You and John do a documentary on how you did it. Recreate John. Recreate that alien and under the same conditions. Remake it and show us how you did it.
Amazon would pick that up.
Yes, there's a show right there.
Where's the guy that broke into the house?
He's probably still in therapy.
Yeah, and that's he turned around and said, well, it was a burglar. He's not gonna call the police because he was trying to burglar property. First of all, where they said that they were filming the autopsy, he said was a house restoration they were doing. So it's essentially a building site. So first of all, building sites don't get burgled a lot because there's fuck all to burgle in them. Yeah, it's tradesmen don't rarely leave tools, or like responsible tradesmen.
Yeah, but
rarely leave tools in building sites.
They break into the building sites for the copper.
For the what?
The copper.
The carpet.
Copper.
Oh yeah. I mean, you can have that. Yeah. No. Copper's worth loads of money. Like plumbers keep copper till the end of the year. Very well.
They rip out the pipes. Yeah. They'll take out the pipes, man, for the copper. Very valuable.
The thing with someone breaking in though. So let's say.
So they do break into buildings. Honestly,
but I'm Johnny. Right, let's say then I'm Johnny Copper Robber, and I've just broke into that house. Opened the door, seen a mutilated body on the floor on a table, legged it. So what Spirios is telling me is that because I was going to rob a couple, like maybe I did break in thinking there was tools, or like you say, copper. So he thinks me wanting to burgle a house, my fear of going to the police or doing an anonymous call trumps seeing a mutilated body. I don't care what the fuck you're trying to steal.
You don't know the mind of a deviant, though, do you?
Yeah, I don't think they would call anyone.
I don't know, because
it's a 50-50 shot, man. It's a 50-50 shot, because you'll end up criminating yourself, and in England it's a lot worse.
Yeah, but you could do it. I mean, he still could have done it. Like just rang the police station without saying who it was.
Yeah, the criminal mind would sit there and say, "I'm making an anonymous call that will place me at the scene,"
and he's going to be getting involved in something that looks like a murder.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? So, what do you do? Do you do the right thing, or do you just keep walking down the road? Ain't seen nothing here, boss.
I think especially the UK in the 90s. I think somebody would have said something.
And see, that's when copper was at its valuable. So
copper. Even now, yeah, I know what you mean. I know plumbers that strip copper at buildings.
That's the other side of their pot. They're being a plumber.
It sounds crazy, man. It sounds crazy, but there's money in copper, man, and they're always in the old buildings. That's why I know what you're saying. How is it impossible? I think it's very possible. Somebody will walk around and say that building's empty. That's an old building. How much copper piping? Don't forget about all the other stuff. But there's other stuff they take out of them buildings.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in the U.S. anyway, they there's been a rash of them cutting the charging cables from Tesla's chargers, the electric car chargers.
Why? What's
copper inside the line?
Jeez. There must be loads in there, man.
I don't know. It's interesting.
What happened to the girlfriend, though? Because again, going back to that she definitely sounds like one of the geniuses in all this.
What's the story with the girlfriend?
Well, she came back and said we're gonna have to reshoot it, and
What?
the reasons why is because they shot it in the style of a, what's the medical term? I can't remember the name. Dave,
What?
what's the
An autopsy?
Yeah, they shot it in a. It begins with a P.
Pathology.
Pathology. And
Yeah.
they said no. It would have been a doctor.
A surgeon would have been the highest ranked
surgeon
person
would
on site with clearance. Yeah.
But I mean, for her to have done, I mean, that the research that went into this is insane. And again, people, I'm not saying Ray's telling the truth and this is the real deal that we're seeing here, this alien. But what I'm saying is, I'm admiring what went in to make this in the first place. But some things are just, there's pieces missing to this puzzle. There's so many pieces missing to this puzzle. That's what interests me about this. Why are those pieces missing? Where is she? Where's her story?
She could have OD'd on heroin, man. Maybe she's not in the picture anymore.
She may not want to speak anything to do with it again. But I mean,
Maybe.
There's definitely money to be had with this still. And that is the most confusing thing. There's a lot of money to be had in the proper truth with proof.
Yeah.
Proof,
I think it could be that Humphries guy's just, it was just his Mona Lisa moment, the actual artist who made it. Because I like it. I mean, I think that's incredible. You know, they put out horror movies today that don't look as intriguing, at least I think.
Yeah, I mean, back then though, people now they use CGI for everything. You know, they very rarely do they do practical effects. But I think even now, if that was in a film, forget that thing even exists. If you saw that in a film, you'd look and go, that looks amazing. Even now, I still think it looks good.
Yeah.
And maybe it's because everything falls into place because of the way it's being shot, because it looks old, it disguises what I bet if that thing shot on a normal video camera would have probably looked terrible. But that camera probably hides all the mistakes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say that's probably right. It's clever. I mean, I don't think it's real. I didn't think that when you sent it out. I find the guy, Spiros, more interesting.
Yeah, that's what I find interesting about the whole thing.
He's way more interesting. But, you know, there's lots of interesting people out there. So that's not, you know, a crime or admission of guilt or anything. It's just interesting. He's a curious dude. I would like to know more about his girlfriend. I agree with you on that. You know, even he had said that she found out like who the name of that surgeon would have been that would have been on that base that would have had. It's like, wow, you did a lot of.
She sounds like an absolute genius, doesn't she?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's just the detail in that thing is everything just falls into place just nicely. But that thing's been edited. So there's a longer piece of footage that they shot the first one and did it wrong. You know, where is that? Did they just destroy it? Maybe.
Well, I would think anything that you would film, you shoot a lot of hours of just to get a few minutes of, right?
Unless Ray has everything and literally that was it. Spiros and John just took that one. John just took that one picture of himself next to the mold, and that is it. That's all we have.
Could be.
That would be a shame.
That would be a shame. I mean, he could have just lost it. I mean, that was a long time ago. He's probably moved several times. Who had it? You know, he didn't come out until what, mid-2000s? So, saying holding on to that for 12 years, maybe. If they really did dispose of the body in such a meticulous way. then they probably did the extra footage as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Spiros did say, look, you've got the plug that's halfway up on a wall. Now, when I first heard him say that, I thought, yeah, he's right. Why would there be a plug halfway up a wall? But then in a medical place for like drills and things like that or whatever, there probably would be. So you've got fast access to it. You don't want to be bending down to put a plug in fast or whatever.
Stepping over cords and stuff.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. But then there's the Bunsen burner. It's a very unique Bunsen burner. He had the Bunsen burner. I'll give him that. He had the Bunsen burner.
That was his one prop he kept.
The clock at the beginning, he explained that. He said if you look at any advert for a watch or anything like that, the clock is always.
Lots of them are at 2:10. It's not actually true that all of them are. I looked at far too many watch adverts as well.
But there are quite a few. There are quite a few.
Lee went deep.
The lack of scales, the lack of I don't know about the overhead light, because what if that room just wasn't prepared for it? What if they just wanted to get stuff done? Let's say it was real.
Mm-hmm.
They just got that alien in, I don't think it's real, people, but
is it the closest to the real?
Wouldn't it be great if it was?
For many years, I did think it was real. I think I stopped believing it when it first got admitted that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I never believed it was an alien. I actually thought that a little bit more sinister. I thought that's a human. That is a human, and that's something's very odd about this human being, and it's being put out. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, I thought it was like a drowning victim. They just,
they
blowed up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it's forever going to be a mystery when it comes to seeing how they did it, because we're not going to get anything by the looks of it. But I want that, which is more the reason why I wanted to do this, because I would love to see that documentary of how, and if they don't have any other footage, because Ray's got it all, then John recreate it. Spiros said, I really hope am I pronouncing his name right?
I don't know.
I think so. Great name. I'd like to see it do it again under the same measures, everything the same.
Yeah.
You've still got the Bunsen burner.
So that's supposed to be a recreation of the Roswell autopsy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they were kind of. They tried to lean heavily onto people assuming that.
Okay. But it wasn't, or was it?
Like I said, this is what that was the first thing at the beginning that got me, like, my mind going about this, is when he kept trying to say that people thought when it came out that it had been faked was it the 40s? Roswell wasn't it? That it had been faked in the 40s, so it couldn't be fake because you couldn't have faked it in the 40s. And that was the strangest thing, because nobody has ever thought that this was faked in the 40s. Nobody.
I mean, if you think it's good for 1995, I mean, I've watched some 1940 special effects. They're not the greatest.
Yeah.
Don't you think it's odd though that so Ray showed Spiros a film of an alien autopsy, and he said it was terrible. These people that have made this, it was absolutely terrible.
So where's that?
Yeah,
where's that, and where are those people?
Somebody was already on it. How come those people have not released anything and said, like, this was going to be the original Alien Autopsy? but it got turned down.
Hmm. See, that's the other thing as well, right? Let's say Santilli he had this idea that he wanted to make a fake alien autopsy that he was going to put out there and he was going to try and sell and make money off. That seems, if we take Sirius at his word, I'm sure I pronounce that guy's name different every time I say it. I can't take him seriously. If he was going to put this out to make money, so he's essentially commissioned these two guys apparently to make an alien autopsy that Sirius said was awful. I don't believe that the guys making the film, you wouldn't just give your man the only copy. You'd make a backup copy of it. You wouldn't just hand it over. So there would be another copy of that hanging around, surely. There would be a master, if nothing else.
Did the guy pay for the master though?
Could have done, but even so, I know people that do stuff like this. Everyone keeps something themselves.
There's a master copy.
Yeah. So the thing is, like as well, given this being such a big thing too, like it was a massive story. Like the front page news in the UK when people used to buy newspapers.
And digital would have just been coming in, so they would have still had a master copy.
Yeah, but Santilli was all over like the daytime TV programs. He was on like the GMTV, I think it was the morning breakfast show at the time. He was on the what was the one thing in the afternoon they used to shoot the Liverpool docks? More daytime television anyway.
He was on a lot.
Anyone that would open a door for him to talk about this, he was in that door talking about it. So the guys that did this original autopsy must have seen him punting his new autopsy. So when that all blew up, then you could have unless
jealousy set in.
Unless Santilli like wax their palms a bit, say, listen, you don't fucking speak about this because this is my grift now. But I still think someone would have got greedy out of the two of them, and it would have been a case of no, I know that's bullshit because he made me make this bullshit, and this bullshit wasn't good enough for him. That's it. The story around this is more fascinating. I think that's why I was looking forward to this more so than the footage. It's just there's whatever the story is, whatever the true story is, I don't think it's what Santilli's saying, and I don't think it's what Stavros is saying.
His name again.
But no matter what, it's fake.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Unless it's
or
real.
is it?
Unless it's real.
Yeah.
Unless
it's real. And MI5 knocked on the door of Santilli and said, "That film you've just put out to the media, you faked it, and we're going to tell everybody you faked it." Otherwise,
didn't they tell him to go? Didn't they? Somebody force him to go and say that?
That he faked it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I thought
was that where he came out with when he's trying to sell? Because I know the only time it was real again is when he started trying to sell the slide, wasn't it? Then it became real again.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing, though. I want to see that first shitty alien autopsy, and I want to know who made that, because the money that was involved in this, unless they were highly paid off and signed something, people get envious, and they'd want to say that. So that bit of the story for me about there being an original that was shit,
odd, isn't it?
It's a bit odd, yeah.
It's more pepper. Like, there's in that whole 2.5 hours, there was so much like pepper and seasoning thrown onto that story that there was just like layers and layers put into it. But
There's something very fishy about this.
Hmm.
As Sherlock Holmes would say, there's something afoot.
Do you hidden? Do you believe the footage could be real?
You know what? I went in this looking at it fake, but I'm gonna tell you, sounds weird, but there's something screaming out inside of me, and I'm a conspiracy theorist at heart. Now, I don't know what the hell that thing is, but I can see too many red herrings. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's kind of like how they test an athlete for whether they're taking enhancers. They don't look for the drug because they won't find that. They look for the beta blockers. They look what's blocking them. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's too many things that are blocking. Too many weird things. Again, when you're talking about a man standing next to the picture of the mole and saying that's the only thing, there's somebody else that took that picture, unless he used the camera that was timed. You know what I mean? A timer on a camera. And then what we're seeing is pictures off of pictures off of pictures. You know, I don't know, man. I don't know where that video came from. If he'd done it, great job. Awesome job.
Oh, it's great. It is a great job.
Yeah.
But I'm still, like, we talked about this before, and I brought up that movie Guinea Pig.
Yeah.
And I said, that guy, he even filmed what he was doing, and lucky he did, because he had to turn up in court with it. He had to turn up with the woman and the girl in court, Charlie Sheen. You know the story.
Same with Cannibal Holocaust.
Yep, same thing.
Yeah, they had to demonstrate. They had to demonstrate, I believe, in a courtroom how they did
eat
the
people.
Did the poll?
The
how
poll.
they did the poll?
Yeah.
And even they, as independent filmmakers working on a shoestring budget, they documented them what they were doing.
Yeah,
you get what I mean? This guy's got nothing. This guy's got nothing. It's weird. It's bizarre.
Yeah.
He's wrote a book that one person's just bought tonight.
It's
only
like
one book.
Do you think it's hilarious? Because all he showed was essentially the insert of that book on that interview. Is if he sat at home going, "Fuck, I need to write this." he's on the AI like chat GPT now saying, "Please write me a book about an alien autopsy."
Dave, I want a full review of that book.
Yeah, man, I'll send you pictures.
Of a picture.
Yeah, picture of a picture of a picture of a picture. No, the way that Amazon so that works is like it already has to be loaded for him to be able to pre-sell it like that. So the book exists. And it's going to be printed off. It's being printed now. I should get it by the 25th is what it said. So.
I mean, I hope it's worth it. It's expensive, not for a book.
Tax deduction, man. Tax deduction.
So, Lee, you think it's fake?
Yeah. I'd give it a 15-20% chance of it being something else, but yeah, it's probably it's odds on it's not real, but the story behind it I think is more interesting than what we know.
The story's insane. The story's so it's just brilliant. There's nothing to back it up other than what people are telling us, and conspiracy people that we want to see evidence from both sides. I think that's important. I do think it's fake, but I still want to know where I want to see more footage. I bet it is out there somewhere. The bits that haven't been cut, color photos, even color video of that thing.
That'd make an amazing documentary all by itself.
It would.
Someone get it and just put it together. Instant sell.
That's what they need to do. Remake it.
Yeah.
Same guy. Well, guys, we've been going for the 2-hour mark. Rich, have you got a show coming up tonight?
Yep. in an hour about the Mexico UFO researcher claiming that this photo of a UFO, which was analyzed by AI, is supposed to be an off-world vehicle. So
What's his name?
the reporter, I'll have to pull.
Yeah.
I'll have to pull it up. Yeah, I'll let you know. Yeah.
Just because some of them, it's funny. Some of them, they grab a camera, take a picture with them holding the camera up in the sky, and then they put ufologist next to their name. It's really funny. Some of these cats have been doing it as long as I've been out there, so that's how I know.
And Hidden, you got a show coming. Are you going to do something with this? Did you say you going to do?
With
You going
what?
to on the alien autopsy? You're going to touch on it?
Nah, pretty much. It's to me. Nah.
I believe there's something coming up in the next week or so on another channel that's got a guest coming. Who is it? Who's the guy? Who's the guys that did the did loads on the Scottish UFO, Rich? The I've forgotten the name of it. The picture when we had Stu Little on.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Is it Disclosure Team? I think it's
Think so.
Disclosure. I think
Yeah.
it's Disclosure Team are doing something on this alien autopsy in about a week. So I'll tune in for that. But yes, it's had its ups, it's had its downs. But I thank you all for being here tonight and just having a bit of a friendly debate on the alien autopsy.
To answer Hidden Underbelly's question, who it was, unfortunately, I just found out it's Jaime Maussan.
Oh,
So now you know.
And there you go.
your favorite person, Rich?
He is.
I can't say too bad. He had my video up on his Twitter.
Oh, did he?
The name of the person who took the photograph was Estadio Olímpico Benito Juárez.
That man doesn't do much looking into anything.
No.
And the moment you say an AI, man, it's just killing it with pictures.
Exactly.
Have you seen the party one that they've been showing?
No.
When they made the AI do the parties.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. Yeah, well, about a month and a half ago.
No, it's
a new one.
The teeth. It's yeah.
No.
Yeah, check it out.
I will. Yeah.
It's pretty good, but you got to pay attention to the details. The devil's in the details, man.
Is it on your channel?
Nah. I don't trouble that stuff.
All right, I'll look it up.
Lee, what's coming up from Musty Audio?
I think we're going to record a show on Tuesday, aren't we? This week, because we're doing this tonight. We'll probably talk about Davos and stuff like that, and the old World Economic Forum people that are going to run the world and have us all in internment camps and whatnot.
Oh, I look forward to that then.
Yeah,
I'll be going. Boys, it's been emotional. I will drop you all down so I can say goodbye.
Hey, Alien Addict, if you want, I will hang out with you for 5 minutes after the show to talk to you.
Okay. I was gonna go straight. Oh.
Okay. Some other day then.
I was gonna go straight up after the show because I've literally got work at 6 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem.
That's another reason why I wanted to go at 9.
That's right. It's Sunday.
Yeah. Okay then. But yeah, I'll give you a bell, Rich.
All right, bro.
All right, mate.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much, people. Good night. God bless. Mind the bugs don't bite. All that jazz. I'll catch you later. Friday.